Hey, happy day 496 of What's She Up To Now. Sharing what I personally am doing as I transition from the offline brick and mortar world of corporate America and regular businesses to the online world of business. A bunch of transitions and a bunch of things go on in my life that made it necessary for me to move out of my brick and mortar businesses and onto a more flexible, more forgiving, I don't know if it's so forgiving, but a platform that would, and a business type and structure that would work for me and for my lifestyle and what I needed to create in my life. I'm thinking about today, worth your salt. Worth your salt was an idiom that I'm sharing in one, and I'm holding the book still. And I just do every day. I talk about, I'm trying to think of and show business people a different perspective, a different way of looking at things. And in order to show people a different way of looking at things, I need to find a different way of looking at things, a different way of looking at the world. And as I was packing up to move, I found this little dictionary of idioms, and I'm sure it's from my kids, junior high days, not high school. They didn't buy Scholastic books in high school, but junior high days. But you know what? I've gotten a ton of value out of this book already in terms of opening my mind and looking at things differently, wondering where sayings and expressions and words we use come from and the impact that they have on us as human beings, just our human nature. And all of these idioms are clear examples of human nature. One of the things I noticed as I was going through this book is that about 80% of the contents are negative expressions, negative words. If you look in the dictionary, and I haven't counted lately, but I do know that someone told me this, don't ask me who, but if you go through all of the words in the English language and take out, all the emotion words or feeling words, not all of the words, because there's a lot of words to describe everything that exists in the world, right? But if you take out and look at all the feeling words, all the emotional words, the vast majority of them are negative. I've got a little book that, and I test this every once in a while. I've got a book, I think it's Words That Sell or something, or More Words That Sell. And I remember going through the index at the back and noticing, and I put a little hatch mark by all the ones that were positive versus negative. So I clicked off all the positive ones. I counted them up, and lo and behold, 80% of the phrases and words in that book were negative. And that got me really curious. And I've spent a lot of years, I learned this from Tony Robbins, studying the impact of our words and the meaning that we personally attach to different words. If I say I hate you, that means something very different to me than it means to everybody else that I use the word hate around, right? I don't really hate anything or anybody. I dislike some things intensely. I dislike injustice. I dislike mean people. I dislike people that think they're better than everybody else and treat other people as if they're superior. There's a lot of things I dislike, but I don't really hate much of anything. But that word, any word, the word love, the word beautiful, the word pretty, the word fat, thin, tall, short, round, even things that you don't think you could argue about, like round. I know people that can argue and say, that's not round, that's an oval, that's not exactly round. There's always something like that. So we all define things based on our own experiences and through our own eyes, right? And that's what got me so interested in studying words. And I realized this morning, I have always liked to think that I'm a very positive and optimistic person, but I am naturally totally not. I'm totally not a positive person automatically. My automatic thoughts, just like probably 80 or 90% of the other human beings on this planet, are negative or awful or focusing on what isn't right. And I'm like, I battle that every single day because my natural tendency is to be like that. And so are so many other people's. But I like to think that I don't, and I'm not impacted by that, but I totally am. It's like thinking, I did Worth Your Salt today, and that got the whole topic of worthiness and good enough stirring around in my little pot of my head, right? And as much as I've actually done letting go processes and ceremonies and taught courses in how to let go of the I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy false belief, because it is an absolute positive ridiculous belief that any of us that are living and breathing think that for some reason we are not worthy to have, do, and be whatever it is that we want. Yet that belief continually plays in our background and in our minds, and in mine too, every single freaking day. I guess if you know how to kill that baby once and for all, message me, because I want to know. I think that a lot of other people would want to know too. I know there's tons of strategies. I've done tons of things. I've researched, I've read, and done all that. Yet, when it came to worth your salt, it just really, it really reminded me that, yeah, I think I'm awesome about that, but I'm totally not. And how do I know? Because I don't have the results in all the areas of my life that I think I should or I want to yet. Now, I'm going to say yet, because I know I'm on my way. I just also know that these beliefs, these false beliefs, these thoughts, these feelings, these natural tendencies totally impact us on an unconscious level each and every second of each of every day. And the only reason we don't have everything that we want is because some of those old programs, some of those records, some of those unworthiness things, some of those not good enough beliefs, some of those feelings, some of those doubts, fears, and worries are playing and nagging naturally in our background, in our subconscious level. And they serve to keep us safe, but they also serve to keep us very, very stuck. And really, we all just want to feel good. I love these cards. I think I've said that, but I absolutely love these cards. I'm going through, imagine that, the well-being deck again. I just started it today. So for the next 60 days, I will go through this little well-being deck to remind myself that we live in an incredibly amazing universe that wants us all to be well all the time. And you're talking or looking at somebody that's had a lot of illnesses and a lot of challenges, physical challenges in my life. And done a lot of work on beliefs and understanding and knowing that I can affect those things if I believe I can. Okay. Again, somebody who's blind is saying this, but if I didn't believe that, where would I be? By now, I would be 100% totally blind. I wouldn't even be able to see anything. So I think it works. Even though sometimes we tell ourselves things aren't working in our life, it's because we're looking at what's not working instead of looking at what is working. We're looking at what's not perfect yet instead of appreciating and being grateful for the things that are absolutely, positively, freaking amazing in our lives, right? So I guess I'm admitting that I have the same natural tendencies as everyone else around me, as most human beings, toward lack and scarcity, doubt, fear, worry, negativity. And I do a great job combating it most of the time, but just like everybody else. Do I get in a bad mood sometimes? Yes. Do I get excited about and overreact about certain things that people say, do, or think, or feel, or spew at me? Absolutely. Do I still get triggered by my friends and family? Not my friends so much, but a couple of people in my family. They can trigger things. They know exactly what buttons to push to just send me over the top, right? We all have people like that in our lives, but it's always my choice to not get sent over the top. And I'm getting better and better at it. I find the older I get, the better I am at not letting things bug me or trigger me. My ex-husband and a couple of people in my family, they used to be able to just get me so heated and so upset. And now I just kind of, they do the same things, and I just kind of sit back and I'm like, I smile inside, or not outside because that would trigger them, but I will just listen and think, yep, I'm glad you think that. Good for you. It doesn't have to affect me. And it doesn't affect me anymore. But it's taken, years and years and years of practice. It so does. So today, what's going on? It's enough of my meanderings. What's going on in my online business life? A couple of things. 90-day challenge, day 36 today. Today we're going to talk about, yesterday we talked about your A-listers. Who are your A-listers? Who are the people that you are dying to serve, that you are just here to change their life and rock their world? Who are they? And then today we're going to talk about what are their 3 biggest challenges. Not their number 1, because that locks us into just one thing to talk about as part of the challenge. What are the 3? What are the 3 biggest toughies? What are the 3 biggest problems, obstacles, hurdles? What are the 3 things that if they were to clear those 3 things, it would be smooth sailing? That's about it. That's my main focus right now for the 90-day period. Got other projects going on, working with some teams and some groups on things. Got my beautiful 4-year-old granddaughter going to show up any minute. So that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm focusing on. That's what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, and I'm moving. I'm still moving. I know I've been talking about moving for months, so you're probably thinking, oh my God, she hasn't moved yet. Yeah, some of us it takes longer than others to get certain things done, especially things that we're resisting, like the plague. All right, I will catch you tomorrow. I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day. Sharon out.